This is Mags on Media, and another campaign aimed at increasing voter turnout on election day, coming from the global jeans brand Levi's. The brand is leveraging its reach and partnering with local influencers like Cricketer Kagiso Rabada and rocker Francois van Coke, among others, to encourage its fans, followers and employees, I guess, to put that all-important cross on the ballot paper come the 8th of May. Let me take you to Cape Town. Candice Gilloway is the head of marketing for the brand and joins us on the program now. Candice, a very warm welcome to you. So why have you then chosen to wade into the South African election? What's the thinking?
For us, it was really an opportunity to use the power of the Levi's brand, I think, and do something good. So Levi's has an amazing history of doing really great things for social movement. And this was just one example where we saw an opportunity in South Africa to really get the youth behind something that's really, really important.
I want to flesh out that history because if I'm not mistaken, it goes right back to the Second World War, if not a little earlier. But let me put this to you, that politics and brands don't always make for good bedfellows. There is always an inherent risk about a campaign like this. How do you mitigate against that risk? Why would you choose to do this?
For us, it's really not about politics, of course. That's a nonpartisan campaign. We obviously saw success in the US. So they ran a similar campaign in their midterm elections in 2018 and obviously increased voter turnout. So for us, it was really about taking the learnings from that and seeing an opportunity in South Africa. It's really about just mobilizing the youth to use their voices for change and to make a difference.
And why is that important to your brand? Why do you feel the need to mobilize young South Africans, to encourage them to use their voices more clearly and more robustly?
It's obviously a really important opportunity. It's a hard-won right. It's something that has not always been available in this country, and we don't want the youth to be apathetic. And we believe that we can have an opportunity to drive consumers to really use their voice, to use their vote.
And again, it's an interesting issue. Why is that youth apathy of concern to a brand like yours?
So we believe that we have a voice. Obviously, as a brand, we have some power. So we wanted to partner with influencers in South Africa to bring this message to the youth, where they could encourage them to stand up and use this hard-won right to get involved and vote.
All right, so you have a number of well-known South Africans, Candice Gilloway from Levi in South Africa. What have you asked them to do? In other words, how does the campaign roll out?
So really simply, we wanted to partner with people that are friends with the Levi's brand, we have a long-standing relationship with, and some new people as well, across a multiple of different spheres where they could really use their voices and their influence. And we simply asked them to wear our vote tee, which is an interpretation of a Levi's tee with our sportswear logo, which now says vote, and post that on social media and really tell young consumers why they should vote, using their own motivations, why they feel it's important to make your mark.
Candice, I'm not doubting for one moment the authenticity behind the brand and the strong feeling that you have about encouraging young voices in South Africa. But let me also suggest to you that there might just be a little bit of commercial expediency here. You're inserting yourself into an event, into an occasion, because you're guaranteed either retweets or eyeballs or whatever the case is. Because fundamentally, you are still a business, aren't you?
Again, we're doing it because we feel it's right to do. Levi's is all about authentic self-expression. So we're not using our own message, we really are using our influencers' message. Yes, of course, there is going to be buzz around this. But again, we as a brand have taken a stand when there are particular issues in society that we feel we would get behind, and we don't have any issue around that. So it's been happening since the 1940s. We've had a lot of social issues that we believe we stand up for. We as a brand really get behind our values of integrity. So we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't feel it was the right thing to do in the right space.
All right, Candice, final question to you. You wouldn't be doing this unless there is a degree of measurability. How do you know, how do you determine how a campaign like this works? What will the aspect of change be that you want to see come out of it?
Well, obviously, the ultimate would be that we see an increase in voter turnout for the election day. Obviously, again, it's specifically amongst the youth that we're looking to drive this. One of the ways that we can measure it with social, obviously, is engagement. It's really important for us to see what kind of engagement we're getting both on our page as with our influencers and what kind of buzz is generated around that.
Well, it's your voice, use it, and that is certainly something that we on Mags on Media absolutely endorse as well. Candice Gilloway, Head of Marketing, Levi Strauss, South Africa, thank you very much for joining us from Cape Town. Let's stay with the election. The three majority parties in South Africa launching their respective election ad campaigns over the past month or so, all with distinctly different approaches. The ruling ANC tapping into Ramaphoria and a promise of a new dawn for South Africa.
A new dawn is breaking over our beautiful land. The ANC is on a path of renewal, a path that will see us continue from where our growth had stalled with even more determination. A path that addresses the mistakes that were made. We are exposing and tackling corruption and state capture. We are focusing our efforts on creating safe communities. And are turning the tide on unemployment with more decent jobs.
That's why I'm voting ANC.
The promise of free education is now a reality.
And that is why I'm voting for the ANC.
The future of our country lies in the hands of every single South African.
Let's grow South Africa together. Vote ANC.
The Democratic Alliance opting for a longer spot, taking shots at corruption and the Eskom crisis in its youthful execution.
1994 was a great moment in our country's history. We were united, we had hope. We all shared the same dream of one South Africa for all. That dream has been hijacked, corrupted and sold out by the power-hungry and corrupt. They divide us with anger and hate. Corruption is killing our country. Those who have betrayed the struggle are the ones in power who have made themselves rich while the poor go hungry. This is not what we were promised.
Promises, promises, promises.
More empty promises, more unemployment. For 25 years, we have waited. We are moving backwards. The choice before us is simple. Either we make a change and move forward, or our dream dies. Only you have the power to bring change.
And the economic freedom fighters relying heavily on the popularity of its leader Julius Malema, who voiced and starred in the ad.
They said we'll never make a difference, that our fight for free education will lead nowhere. Workers are now insourced with decent wages. We are a home to the marginalized voices seeking justice, but anti-black racists, corrupt politicians, even the rich and the powerful now have nowhere to hide. Our fight for the land is about giving dignity to black people. We are the ones who have been waiting for. May the 8th, vote for the only party willing to make a difference. Vote for the EFF, our land and jobs now.
So here's the question. Do some, if any, of these ads resonate with you as a South African voter? Let us know on our social media pages, and more importantly, have your voice heard at the ballot box. Until next time, goodbye to you, and thank you for watching.